energy, man.
Energy, man. Why you do that, man? Why you do that, man? Bro, put a silencer on the. This bitch shoot like. Bro, put a silencer on the. Sound like leaves.
What's going on, man? Welcome to Up Next Podcast, episode 4. I want to thank y'all for all the support y'all been showing, for real, man. And on today's episode, we got my boy B-Tom, a.k.a. BrandKnew. Let him know, man.
That was good, yeah.
Good,
And, yeah. So, BrandKnew the name. It's my first go-around with this. It's hard. I wanted to be a part of this, so I'm glad I got to step in when this first started.
Hey, I appreciate you coming through, man. This has been my boy. I know him since I was in 6th grade, so, like, that's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's Patola.
Yeah.
So, let's get to it. B-Tom, man, talk about your upbringing. Where you from, and what was it like growing up?
I'm from the Valley, just like you. Pretty simple. I played sports growing up mostly, but other than that, I didn't even know I was going to touch music, honestly, until it's crazy. You know E1.
Okay.
So E1, and for y'all that don't know, E1 was like our coach back in middle school. First time I ever heard rap, I think. I only listened to like Bruno Mars. Like, I listened to a little bit of Kid Ink here and there, but I was listening to like Bruno Mars and different people like that. But E1 put me on, I think it was A1 Everything with Kendrick on it. It was Kendrick, Meek. It was on Dream Chasers too, though. First time I ever heard rap. I was hooked. Then I started listening to Cole after that. But then, I went to Taft after that, which is in the Valley too. That's the high school. Then, but yeah, 2-parent household. It was regular. That's what it is.
That's dope, man. So, like, growing up, like, all your life was just sports, AU tournaments and stuff, man. And talk about that, like, on the daily routine. What was your life as a kid, like, with basketball?
For the most part, it was cool. I thought I really, loved it, too. Like, for the most part, I would go do it. I would be geeked to get my new shoes, all the gear and everything, especially towards high school. That's when I started getting serious about it. And I was like, well, I can go to I used to say to myself every day, I'm going to the league. Ain't nobody working like me, all this. So it was fun for the most part. But then, when I went to Hawaii. Before that. So I went to Riverside straight out of high school. Riverside City.
Okay.
And then that was probably my funnest year playing basketball.
At Riverside?
At Riverside City, that was my funnest year playing basketball. I was getting loose. The coach was really rocking with me.
Just the game. Just go out there and ball.
And crazy thing is, I didn't even think I was gonna make the team. I went there. We had 50 people try out. Didn't even think I was gonna make the team at the JUCO. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So then, but after all that goes by, I ended up making the team. The assistant coach who brought me there, Coach Denson, he said, I don't know why you're stressing. So I go there for a year, didn't get an offer from Hawaii. So I go to Hawaii. I play there. It was cool the first year. Second year, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even having it no more. I said, I gotta leave. So I left Hawaii. Then I came back to Stanislaus, which is in the middle. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's called Stanislaus State. Played there my last year. Crazy thing with that is, though, I didn't even get to graduate.
You didn't graduate from Stanislaus?
Bro, I didn't no degree, nothing. So I went there. They told me I was going to be able to graduate or something. I don't know what happened. Ended up not being able to graduate. So, I borderline almost didn't even play. I was I'm about to just go home, get a job. I was I'm done. I'm going to just do the music. But I ended up playing the last season. Then.
Why did you end up leaving Hawaii? You just didn't, it was just not 4 years, man.
Yeah. I didn't want to go there from jump. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell nobody really, but I didn't want to go there from the jump. But I ended up just going, and then.
And you just couldn't do it no more?
I was I don't know how to explain it really, because it started off smooth. My brother did go there too with me. So I was like, okay, this is cool. We lived in a solid spot too. But after a while, I started really asking myself, why am I actually here? So I'm if I'm not really playing basketball, I'm still putting in all the work. So I'm there's no reason for me to just be out here. So I ended up leaving. I felt comfortable about the decision because I was I'm going to graduate regardless. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you can still get your degree.
Yeah, so I'm I'm cool with it. But then afterwards, when I found out I wasn't going to be able to graduate, I could have just stayed, just finished out, and just graduated.
Stayed home.
Because that's really all I was thinking about at a certain point. I was I just need to get my degree and get on with life. But I didn't even get to do that. But the Hawaii thing, the weird part for me was, actually what I don't like about, I think it's college sports period. everybody not gonna get rewarded off our work. That's not how it works. You just gotta produce. Real talk. You just gotta produce. Like I didn't understand. I didn't understand how all that was like how it worked. So it's like regardless of what you do off the court, all that matters is what happens within a month. Like once the horns go off, that's all that matters. So like, it's a different game for real. That's why I like music though. It's no coaches. It's no.
Just free rides, like free balls, like pickup ball, basically.
Exactly, it's like pickup, and like whoever really got it going, they're gonna go.
Show up.
That's what I believe with whatever I do, because I know what I do. Like when it comes to that. So.
Besides like the basketball part in Hawaii, like what was the vibes like in Hawaii? Like the people.
Nah, it was cold. I ain't gonna lie, it was cold. I got a lot of people like lifelong out there that I met. My boy Samuta. Eddie, Leland, like Zor, it's a whole bunch. It's a lot of people out there. A lot of like aunts and uncles out there that I got like that I really love. But other than that, it was cool to people wise. But like, I don't want to make it sound sour, but that's what it was. It was like socially, it was cool, and then basketball is what it was.
What was the transition like from playing basketball your whole life and now like taking the route into like rapping, being an artist? Like, was the transition easy or was it hard for you?
It was easy, cause if I'm being honest, that's kind of what I saw myself always doing as a like young kid. I know it's gonna be music though, but I always saw myself not really playing basketball as much as I told myself like, oh, like this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do. Then when I got older, I was like, as a kid, I would say or like I want to go to the league, but like, is that what I really imagined? Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm pretty sure like. Your life went a whole bunch of different ways too. Like
I wouldn't expect to be doing this right now.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So it wasn't that difficult of a transition because I always had one goal in mind.
You always had like this open mind space in like your head. Like it's not always gonna be basketball. Like you kept something free for something else.
Yeah, because the purpose is always the same, but my passion is probably gonna change over time, like of what I really want to do. So, or how I feel like I can get that purpose done. So I think that's why it's either it was basketball at one point for me, it's music right now. I don't know what it's gonna be in 10 years, 15 years, but right now it's music. So.
How long have you been rapping now?
Let me not lie. Hold on, let me see. Cause we used to mess around at like we used to have a little freestyle battles at lunch. If I'm being serious, probably like high school.
High school.
Probably like high school, but like really like actually going into a studio. Let me think. What was it? The first time I ever went to a studio was 2017. Was at Jair, my friend. You know Jair?
I know that.
At Jair's house. That was 2017 in the summer, right before I went to Hawaii. That was the first time I did something with Amir. But the first time I like put my own stuff out, last year, 2019. Oh, 2 years ago. We 21 now? 2021? Goodness, yeah. So, 2019, it was January 4th. First time I put something by myself out.
That's crazy. And how'd you come up with the name BrandKnew?
It used to be B4 because my number was 4 and my first name, but I was like, it was just whatever. It was whatever. So I switched it. I made a song with Brock. His name's Steph though.
Okay.
And he's in he was in Hawaii, but he's in New York now. And we was doing a song. We did one song together. He said, "What's your name again for like the song?" I didn't even think about it, and I was like B4, but I was like, hold on, I don't want to put that because I just thought it was nasty. So I put, I told him, I was like, well, I thought about it for a second, and I was like, let me put BrandKnew. I was like, it's my name. We just take off the O-N, like Brandon, but I just put a brand. I put a new. Take the K for knowledge, basically. So I was like brand, like like the little play on. So I go BrandKnew it. And then it works. Everything fits though. It work. I could do so much with my name. That's why I like it too.
That's dope. So like you started taking rapping serious, bro. You say roughly about last year.
Yeah, 20. Well, yeah. I think the end of 2019. End
of 2019, and you always had a passion for it. Did you always have a passion for it, or like
I don't think so. I don't think because when I was a kid.
What made you go to the studios? Like, man, let me just go studio, see what I can do, or is like, man, let me just.
I think it was really like going to tab because we around kids get busted in. Like I'm starting to hear different music. I'm like, I started seeing what I like, and then when we started doing a little freestyle stuff, I'm like, hold on, I can hang a little bit. So then I started doing that, And then after my senior year, I was like, let me go into a studio and see, because Jair made music when we was in high school. Like, that was the only person I ever knew that made music. Him and Luke Starr. You remember Luke?
I don't think so.
Oh, he was a year. No, he was a year older than you.
Okay.
But he made music too, and I was like, I thought you had to be like a millionaire to go in it. Like, really thought you had to be like a millionaire or like have a deal to go in the studio. And then when I saw them do it, I was like, let me go try at least. You know, everybody trying now though.
Everybody.
But I went in there and did it. It was trash. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I made a song. I know some people that got those files that they don't need to be shared, but the first time was bad in 2017. But the more I kept going, the better I got. So I was like, I noticed like I really started working. I started seeing what words worked for me, like, and how to like deceive the listener. Not deceive the listener, but make them hear what they want to hear a certain way. Like it's fun. It's like almost like a game. It's fun. Yeah. So then things start picking up.
Like, who do you think influenced you the most in like your career to be an artist? Or like, who influenced you the most, and what motivates you to keep on going right now?
That's a good question. I would say influence. And I'm talking influence. It'll probably be somebody like a Big Sean. Artist wise, if I'm thinking artist wise, it'd be like a Sean and a Cole. Yeah, those two for like musically influence, a little bit of Drizzy. I don't be singing that much though, so I can't really say that.
And what motivates you to keep on going with this?
Honestly, it sounds weird, but like I really do want to prove a point, like to myself, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I could really like do this. So like when I go into the booth, I feel like a whole different person, even though I'm portraying the same me, like all the time. Like there's something that made me feel at my highest point when I'm recording, when I'm listening back to something, where I'm like, oh yeah, that's like.
It's weird, like listening to yourself sometimes, but at the same time, it's like, man, like it's hard. Like.
Yeah, it's weird, but I think I got to the point now. Like I literally, some of my friends can tell you, like I try not to when other people in the car, but I don't really listen to nobody else no more. Like I'll be playing as weird as it sounds, I'll be playing my own stuff at the time. If somebody drops something new, I'll listen to it for a quick second, but then I gotta go back because I want to listen to myself. I want to see if I messed up at a certain point. Like I want to see.
Do you play like the whole albums again? Listen to each song one by one.
Every song, every day, like constantly, like just dissecting it, picking it apart. But to answer your question though, what really does keep me moving though, when I say prove a point, I don't think a lot of kids, I mean from where we're from too, in the Valley, and especially the way I was raised too, I don't think a lot of people think like you can really do the music thing, because there's so many, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many hood, like, it's a hood atmosphere if we're being honest, right? So if you're from the Valley trying to make music, you can't be lie.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't lie.
I was just about to say that.
There's some people out here that's from it though, so it's like,
I know some people, like some people, you know, like some people, they have like, I'm not gonna like, I don't know, like, you know what? It's just hard to explain, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like they live in nice areas and stuff, but they talk about things that is just not really happening in our areas, you know what I mean? Like sex, drugs, violence. I'm not saying it does not happen, but I'm saying there's not as much as these other rappers that actually live in that type of atmosphere. You know what I mean?
That's the last thing you want to do is, you don't want to play with somebody else's livelihood. Because if I start, which I never would, but if you start saying certain things that you're not really from, it still affects other people that are in those areas. Yeah. If they believe that you're from there. So like, that's the last thing I would do. But yeah, I really do want to show people though, you could really just, you could get what you need and like in this world without having to be of the world basically. Mm-hmm. You don't gotta, just because everybody else doing something, you don't gotta just go along with it.
And I think like that's why I respect you more, because you don't rap about other stuff like sex, drugs, violence, and like you barely cuss sometimes too. Yeah. And I think that's why I respect you the most, because like you just speak like what's really on your mind and what really revolves around you and like the city. I mean, on some real stuff. And you remind me like a real lyrical artist. Like back in the days, like these are just straight bars, and like that's like I like to hear that. That's why I give you a lot of respect for that. for what you do. Because you really are the
looks.
truth, man.
No, that's
shit's
cool,
dope,
yeah.
man. But now, like, we move forward, and what was, like, you dropped your first album. What was it? It was called, what was your first album called?
Yeah, we going...
Your very first one.
Very, very first. Everything New. I don't even think it's on... I ain't buy none of those beats. So I was like, I said, I'm gonna just take it. Like, even though nobody gonna hunt me down for it, I was like, let me take that off. So I got it on SoundCloud. That was my first one. The first thing I got on Apple though is it's called Living in My Story.
Living to My Story, there it is. So like, let's jump into that. You're in the studio making like Living to
Living in My Story.
Living to Your Story, and like, what was the atmosphere like around that? Like, what was the vibes like in the studio when you made that album?
That one was that was cool. I was proud of that one a little bit because the vibe around it was, all right, I just made something. People were like, oh, you can actually like, you don't sound terrible. Like it was like, oh, you don't sound terrible. Like that's basically from the first thing I did. They were saying like, you don't sound terrible. So I was like, so when I went to this one, I was like, I felt good about it already. Like I felt good. Like I'm solid at this. So I was able to like walk in to that project and be like, I know what I'm doing at least.
What is that album? Sorry to interrupt.
No,
like, what does like the album name mean to you? Living to My Story. What does that mean?
So I called it that. Living in My Story is basically like I'm not about to, like we was talking about earlier. I'm not about to act like I'm something I'm not. It's really just walking my path. It's gonna be different for everybody. So I'm doing me basically. Nothing else, nobody else. I'm not trying to act like you. I'm not. That's basically what it was.
This is my story.
Yeah,
basically.
like yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So and then after so you're still in that album, and like when I first heard it, and I was like, hold up, this is B-Tone. Like you surprised me. You surprised a lot of people actually, and like you gained a fan base from that album. Like people's okay, like B-Tone is actually doing this rap. He's doing this rapping stuff. So then we go down the road more, and you just dropped your second album, right?
Yeah, the first one, if I'm being honest, this
was the third one.
This is my third project. I would consider this one an actual album. The last two is just tape, because I didn't know what
you didn't really know what you was like.
I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, it was more just me. I was literally just rapping. I didn't know how to make songs, like you know what I'm saying, like.
How to put it together, kind of just like putting it out there.
This is the first one. I was like, I heard it, and I don't mean to sound. I'm gonna say like this is the first time when I heard it back. I was like, all right. I could really like, I can make millions off of it. Like I'm going to make millions of dollars doing this. That's the first time I heard something. I was like, I know for a fact. Like when it's all done, I'm gonna be able to look back, and this is the first thing that started something. Even though this might not be the one that make me a million, it could. I don't know. I could get a call tomorrow, but yeah.
This is the one that created the path for me to get where I'm at now.
For sure, yeah.
And like during that, when you made that album, like everything was different when you went to the studio, right? Like you had a plan of what you wanted to do and stuff. Like this is how I'm gonna do it, and like this is how I'm gonna put it out. So like talk about that.
Yeah. So for the Safe to Assume one, the most recent one, that's for sure my favorite because what we did, me and my boy Miles, we rented out a spot in Pasadena. Airbnb. We had it for a month. Yeah, we rented out a spot for a whole month, strictly just recorded. And the goal was just to get a project done. We both wanted to get a project done. So.
Is he a producer or he's an artist?
Nah, he's an artist. Miles, he nice. Yeah, he real nice. So it was me, him. We rented it out. One of my producers, my main, the homie, you know, Augustus.
Okay.
Yeah, but I shouldn't even say his name like that. He go by Lavish though. He go by Lavish. So.
Shout out Lavish.
Yeah, so Lavish. He was stopping by he was there like every weekend, honestly. He would come on Friday and stay till like Sunday, but it just so happened. It's cool too, because I'm glad that he was as a part of it as he was, because usually I go on some website, buy a beat, go do what I gotta do. But we got to sit down.
Actually put something together?
Legit, like the intro, we had another intro. I said, I don't know if that's gonna hit. I don't know if that's gonna hit anybody. Cause I listen to it how I listen to the big artists. If I say something weak, and they a big artist. I'm not about to just let myself slide and be like, oh, just because I was here last week and I made this song and it's better than the one I made last week. I'm not about to just let it slide just because it's me.
Yeah.
So we got to really sit down and like make the best thing we possibly could at the time. And he sat there, he would make a beat, and I'm like, could you make this part a little longer? And then he'd be like, yeah, because he know how to do all that. So I was like, it was cool during that process. We sat down and really like constructed an actual sound for the project. It looks how it sounds like. So that's what I liked about that process. But I was up till 6. I had to learn how to engineer because the whole virus thing happened. So I couldn't really go to any studios. I had to build one in my garage.
You built one?
Yeah. My dad helped me out actually. Yeah, a lot of artists not gonna tell you who really helped too. My dad helped me out. He gave me like, I don't want to say his mouth. He gave me a cool amount of money to like really just start getting my own workspace. Okay. Yeah. Part of it was my money, part of it was his, but he helped me out. And we built a studio because I didn't finish the whole thing in Pasadena. We was in Pasadena for a month.
Was that during the virus outbreak?
It was during the virus. Yeah, we was like, we got to get something done though, because we was me and Miles, we work a lot together on different stuff, and we'll be sharing. Like, if I make something, I'll send it to him so he can hear it and be like, yeah, that's solid, like different things like that. So we just came together and we got the place for a month. It was in October. It was in September. Okay. This past year in September. But I didn't finish the whole project in that month. And I was like, it still needs something. And I didn't know if the sound, like, I didn't know if the acoustics was gonna work in my garage or anything, so my dad helped me out with that. And then I got it done, but I was able to make like real sounding records in there. So that's really where I go now. I don't gotta go nowhere else.
That's dope, right? You just have your own little spot. Like, how long did it take you like to finish the whole album? How long was the process?
It wasn't even that long, if I'm being honest, because okay, the recording process isn't that long. I would say when I had my mind made up, I started doing a different method though. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll just go in there free, like just not even have nothing written down, hear the beat sometimes, and then just go for it. Sometimes I'll write something down, but it took me probably like a month and a half, if I'm being honest.
It's not bad.
Yeah, most of it was just mixing it, because I'm not an engineer. Well, I am now, but before I wasn't an engineer, so I had to watch videos on YouTube. Like
that's a great gift to have too.
Like with sounds and stuff.
Engineering and stuff.
Yeah, bro. Like
to engineer your own stuff. Like,
yeah,
that's pretty dope.
Never thought that was gonna happen.
Dope. So like, let's flash back. Back to you said pointing to Lavish, where you guys would sit down and stuff, and I feel like that really makes an artist a true artist, where you can sit down and talk to your producer or whatever it is, and like, actually sit down and make something like a hit.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like a lot of artists, when they first start off, like they're just like, they'll really just like, it's a free go, like do whatever you got, I'll just get onto it. But like, it really makes a true artist to actually sit down and be like, okay, like let's fix this, let's add this, take this off, and then obviously makes your producer better, because he's actually okay, like now he gets to know your sound a little bit more.
Yeah.
So like, I actually feel like that was pretty dope, and I just hope like an artist be an artist.
Yeah.
Really.
No, yeah. That's for sure, because like if you just, how I explain it?
Like, just let somebody just tell you like, go out there,
like this is what you got to do, then it's like, because you got to feel every moment of the song, or it's not gonna work. And that's what he knows that. So like, when he makes something, he might give me the beat, and the beat is right there. I could always ask him like, oh, can we do this right here? Because I'll be feeling something. I'm like, I might want the verse a little longer so I can get something else off. Like, it makes a complete difference when you feel every single moment of the song like that. So that was key.
That was key. All right, and then we move forward a little bit more into your first like official music video.
Yeah.
Was The Change.
Yeah.
And that shit was dope, bro. That was a hard video, and the director was Mesh's Flicks, right?
Meeks Flicks McGill, yeah.
Like, and I was checking out his stuff, and he's like, he's a dope ass director. Like, what was it like working with him like during that whole process? And not only the video, but like, some promos too, like some hard promos, you made the people like, wait, like what's next?
Yeah.
Like it was stuff like that. So like,
Yeah.
what was it like working with him? And like, did he have an impact on your album?
Oh yeah, for sure. I met him through Miles. So I got Miles. They went to East Bay together. And Miles did a video with him. And I saw the video. I was like, that's hard. So like, I was like, whenever I do my project, I was like, I'm hitting him up. So I hit him up. It's just so professional. Like we'll have fun, obviously. Like we'll have like the most fun in the world. But like once the camera's going, I see like a whole different. Like he legit goes director mode. Like he got this thing that he does like this little thing, and that tells me to turn a certain way. Like
like a gimbal.
Nah, like with his own bare hand. Like he's a legit director. Like he know what he doing. Like it's crazy. But it just feels so professional whenever we working. And the promos was hard. Cause I told him, I was like, I gotta have a promo video. I didn't know he was gonna do all that, like
the little sit down you had.
Oh,
like the little sit down, like you was talking. I was like, that's hard.
Yeah.
That was hard.
I'm grateful, man. Through my love, perfect.
Any new videos dropping?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of videos. I got a bunch of videos that's gonna happen. Saturday, 16? Yeah, 16. I got a video dropping for the intro. It's hard. It's all black. We just skating through the city, like not skating, but like we moving throughout Tarzana, kind of. More like Encino. But yeah, we in the valley. It looks cool though. I like it. The first one was in the Bay Area, which is cool too, cause that's where I was born. So I'm making sure like I touch all the different. Yeah, like I touch all the different areas. And then so that one's coming out on the 16th for the Shed Light While They Shed Tears. The Beeline video. I think I'm gonna do that one around Valentine's Day, probably, like near that area, because that's one of the female songs, like love songs. So I'm gonna do that one around that time. And then the Coldest Out of My City video, that one's gonna be hard.
The name itself is just like hard. Coldest Out of My City.
That one's gonna be. That's the one I was talking about, the coffee shop. That's gonna be. That's the production. I ain't gonna lie, that's production. But they're gonna be like that from here on out. Once it touches the Coldest Out of My City video, you're gonna start seeing like. They was really thinking like
that's actually putting something together right there.
Legit, like it's gonna look real. Like I'm glad, and it's tough because it's days when I wish like I was already at this point, like a certain point. I wish I was already a big artist like right now, so that I would get more eyes on it. Because I feel like the stuff that's about to come is about to be ridiculous, but. My friend was telling me, he said, you just building good habits. Like that's like what you're doing right now. Like wanting anything, like I'm spending money, bread, all this stuff. People look at it, like somebody might listen to it. Somebody might watch us. Like somebody might watch us and be like, oh, that's cool. They don't know all the, you feel me?
They don't know like the time, the money, effort we actually put into this.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and especially, I feel like it's more expensive for you because you actually have to like, if you want like a real production, you have like what you want, you have to pay for. If you want something cheap, you're gonna spend a couple dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you want something really high quality, then you're gonna spend some good money. And if you really invested in it, then you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people, they don't really know, like, they think, like, this is all handed to us, you feel me? This, like, oh, that's cool to have, but they don't really know, like, we had to work for this. Like, it came out of our pockets and stuff, you know?
Like, yeah.
And, like, but it's real humbling at the same time, you know what I mean? Because when you actually make it, you be like, man, like, look where I started off and look where I am now.
Yeah. It's going to be cool to see. That's literally why I was so, like, geeked about doing this. I'm like, because we're gonna look at this, like, I don't know how far, we're going to look at it and be like, yo, like, yeah.
I'm not like, that's what I did. Like, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually proud I did that. Like, I have no regrets. Like, I'm not looking down on nothing. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's something you're always going to look back on.
Because I was working for AT&T. I did it for like 3 months. I ain't gonna lie. I really only did it for the duration of the project. Now I think about it. Because I needed money to promote. But I couldn't even. My dad got asthma, so I was like, let me go back. After I was kind of done with it, I was like, I'm just gonna go back, like home, see if I can get a job, work from home or something like that, just to keep funding. But for like when the project was going, the only way I could keep doing promotions and ads and paying for all this, like all the different videos and stuff, like I'll get help here and there, but I really had to like go and clock in, talk to people just cussing me out on the phone all day for 8 hours. My ears is bleeding. I still got to record. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm still recording every single day. But like, it's going to be fun to look back at. Like, it sucked right now, I ain't going to lie. But it's going to be cool to look back at, though. And
in the future.
Yeah. All the little seeds you had to plant, like.
It's just seed by seed, and that's just really dope.
Yeah.
So, like, are you going to let this album sit out for a while, or you got any new projects coming out soon?
I do want to let it. I got a lot of, like, I record every day. So, like, I could put something out. But, like, I kind of want to, what's the word?
Just let this one free flow for a little bit.
Yeah,
give it the attention it needs.
Yeah, because I'm going to do videos. I'm doing videos every month probably. So there's going to be fresh ears on the project regardless. I'm going to keep doing the ads. I'm going to keep making sure different people are hearing it. Like each video, I'm going to do something special with each time the video comes out. But I can't just go to the next thing. I don't have the luxury to just go to the next thing. I don't have $1 million deal to where I can just be like, oh, I just dropped this. I'm going to just drop something next week. It don't go nowhere because I don't got the money to fund it. Like,
I hear you.
So I would, and I probably would drop something soon, but a full project, I don't know if I'm going to do that like right away. I'm working on a couple though. I'm working on a couple projects. One with Lavish, and then one by myself. Because I want to make sure when the time comes, because I feel it about to come, I want to make sure I got something ready for
whatever.
Whoever feels like they want to take a chance with me, I want to make sure I got something ready that I can just like show them, like, because I feel like it's going to happen. So I want to make sure I'm just always ready. That's the only reason. That's why I record every single day.
No, I do feel it happening too, bro. Like, it's your time coming. I feel it.
It's really cool.
Like any artists you particularly want to work with?
Big names or anybody?
Anybody.
Anybody?
Name three like people like around you want to work with, and like 3 artists like big times you want to work with when you make it.
Okay, I'll start with the big names real quick.
Okay.
I want to do something with Sean, Big Sean. I don't know if Jay-Z's still giving out features, but if he was to, I would want to do something with Jay-Z. And then I'll be rocking with Roddy too. I'll do something with Roddy.
Roddy Ricch?
Yeah, that'll be hard for the 3 like big names. And then names of people. I mean, honestly, everybody that I know really like. I'm supposed to do something with on my guy Steps album. He's about to drop soon, so I'm geeked about that one. I'm always working with him, Miles, who else? Oh, this is random, but I would want to work with Hit Boy too.
Hit Boy, okay.
Hit Boy hard, yeah, I like Hit Boy. But I can't think of nobody like that.
That really just fits your type of style?
Yeah, because I was even looking at it this past. I didn't put any features on this one. This past project. And Gus was like, I was like, you sure I shouldn't have like somebody else on it? Like, he said, nah. I was like, all right.
It's all you.
Yeah, I was like, all right, Lou. I said, we'll just do it like this then. But he told me, he basically like, he executive produced the whole thing. Like,
Okay.
if it was like game time decision for something, if I didn't like a song, then he would kind of do that. But I can't really think of anybody besides the people I really know. I'm doing something with Falorin too. I don't know if you know Falorin.
Nah.
You go by Holding Black. I'm doing something with him too. But yeah, other than people I don't know, like that are the same type of level, I couldn't really name anybody.
They get there when the time comes.
Yeah. But yeah.
People gonna be hitting you up for features.
Yeah. The first time that ever happened was 3 days ago, I think. Yeah.
3 days ago?
Somebody asked me. I gave him a price. It was a good price. I was geeked. I was like, all right. I said I could do this. I could do this every day.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That first feature, okay. Like,
Yeah.
All right. What are your upcoming goals for this year?
Honestly, upcoming goals, I want to get a new place. I want to get a new place, and if I'm being completely honest, I want to get a new place and just make sure I can provide for whatever I need to.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it. That's honestly it. But when it comes to music, I want to be in like I want to be in a conversation of people that they think is gonna be like legit for like years to come. I don't know if that'll be this year, but that's a goal that I got.
Stuff, man. So we time forward into now, and now like you gain a true following base, a true fan base. Like, is this inspiring you? Like, is this like something like this is what I'm gonna? Like, you're gonna stomp your foot. I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
No going back. Is that what you feel like right now?
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day too. Like, I can't do nothing else. Well, I could if I want to, but that's what I think though now. Like, kind of like an in too deep feeling, but in a good way, because this is what I want to do. Because people actually do listen now. Like, I'm looking at I don't like looking at the numbers, but I kind of have to. That they keep going up and up and up, like every single week. That's kind of why I wanted to let it breathe, kind of, because I don't got that many followers, but more people listen to the music than I even have followers. So right now I'm learning how to gain like
a following base kind of.
Yeah, so I'm learning how to do that. So I kind of need to let it be by itself because I'm slowly just gaining more and more people to listen to it. So it's gonna be fresh every time somebody does listen to it. It might not be, you heard it when it came out, but 2 months go by, the numbers is doing double what they was doing the first week that I put it out. Then that means it's still new to somebody. So that's kind of where my head is at. Because I want as many people to be as a part of it next time than there was this last go around when I do put something out. So like, but yeah, I do feel that way though. Like, this is what I'm gonna do though.
Like, when the time comes, would you be interested in signing with a label, or do you want to stay independent?
I don't even know. I gotta like really do some research, which I'm good at. Anytime I do something, I gotta like really like dive in and see what it's about. Cause I'm not into getting hoodwinked, so I'm not about to just because it says $1 million or it says you get $400,000. Yeah, I'm not just doing that. I really gotta do some research. But I know some people that will be able to help me read those 30-page whatever deals they got. So. Would I be interested? Yeah. I'm not about to do nothing crazy, but like, I'll for sure be interested. Cause you can't really get anywhere. Anybody that's really saying they're independent, half of them be lying.
Yeah, cause they really low key actually signed.
Yeah. But it would be cool to just be not have to really rely on anybody and just do everything. But I don't know if it really works like that. I really gotta like keep doing research and seeing. Because there's a way. Because you got I think Larry June independent?
Oh, sure.
I don't know, but there's a lot of dudes who's like really independent and it works for them. Like, as long as I could really if I could be well off, I'll be independent with no problem. Because I hear a lot of problems about labels.
I hear you. And anything you want to let the fans know? Like, they should be expecting soon, or?
Yeah, I'll put something out soon. I got some stuff. I might as well. So I'm going to do that just to keep the ears fresh for people who've been listening, of course, because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm holding out. Because I got some stuff I can put out, and then we got more videos too, and we gonna have merch. It's not a clothing brand, but we got merch, so that's gonna be cool. And then follow my guy's page. He's doing his thing, so
appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming out, B-Tom.
Thank you.
Brand new, man. Make sure y'all check out the album. I'll put in the link below. I want to thank y'all for the constant support y'all been showing. I really appreciate it, man. I got big news coming soon. I'm going to let y'all know by Monday. And yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all.
That's man's really doing it. That's crazy.
Big bang Gucci face. Can I hit your cup? She got hit with this stupid face. Shit. This was back in my Gucci days. I turned to Jet Li and got blood on my Boosie face. Niggas sneak this and everything.